Happy Women's Month, everybody. Happy Women's History Month. Okay, I don't hear anything you saying, Rhonda. Your lips moving though. You telling us something good.
I read her lips. She said, "Hey, Kim." She said her mic is on.
Oh. I don't know what's going on.
Can you turn it up?
Huh? It's all up. You want to leave out and come back?
She's so pretty. You will.
So it's Women's Month and it's hot as Hades in here. Hold on. I want y'all to see these holes in my jeans.
That's air conditioning, right?
Okay, I got the fan going. I don't really want to turn on the air conditioner yet because that's why my throat was kind of messed up on Monday.
Yeah.
So we missed last week. Everybody has stuff going on. How has your week been?
Well, seeing as how I had flight on Saturday, how I flew home yesterday. Well, Sunday I didn't feel well, and then yesterday I felt kind of back to normal. Well, I felt like pretty good yesterday. Okay. Then today I felt good going, waking up and everything. But then I worked out at 8:30, and I felt like I was gonna die.
Oh boy!
I don't know if it was, the second dose of the vaccine that was making me extra lethargic in the workout, or if it's because I didn't work out that week. But that normally doesn't, affect me. So I'm thinking I'm leaning more towards the fact that I had the second dose of the vaccine on Saturday.
And your first flight.
And my first flight. Because
you got your superpower on.
I did not turn into a zombie. I gained superpowers.
Rhonda, are you there?
Yes, I was just letting you all know in the chat that my screen go blank. My stomach is giving me the blues, and I don't know why. But how is everyone doing?
Oh, everybody is good. Kim was talking about her second shot of the vaccine and how she gained her superpower. She called me while she was on her flight home.
Oh, shoot. Which superpower did you acquire?
I was flying. I could fly.
All right. So that's the power I like to have.
So she called me while I was at the food bank on Saturday. Mm-hmm. And asked me, could I hear her? And I could hear wind in the background. And I say, yeah, why? She said, I'm flying home.
Girl, you're a mess.
Oh, that was hilarious to me.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's Women's History Month.
Yes, it is.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about, so this is I don't know if this is just the United States that has these random made up holidays every month. I don't know if other countries do that, but I know we sure do that.
A lot, yes.
So what I did was I looked up Women's History Month, and it started March 7th of 1982. It started as a week.
Okay.
Like Black History started as a week, and then it became a month. It looks like in 1987. So it's a fairly new thing, and it's about.
Girl, that's 30 years old.
But that's still young.
Yeah.
It's still young.
Young, yeah.
Still young. It's talking about the strides that women have made in history, which is interesting to me because the people in office keep trying to strip women away from their power. When I mean, women are powerful.
Well, not people in office, just men in general. Women take the power from women away.
Yeah, I don't know what I was watching. Girl, I'm always watching something, but they made the comment that the reason why Donald Trump won the election when he did was because, I don't want to say Caucasian, but older men did not want to see a woman run this country. And they would rather see him in office than have a woman run the country.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of women that feel that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Although women like to say we rule the world and women are powerful, but there are so many women that say that out of one side of their mouth, and out the other side of their mouth they don't want women to be in power. So maybe they want them to be in power, they just don't want another woman to be in power. That's why they're saying that, that was one of the reasons why they were saying Hillary didn't win, because Caucasian women didn't want another woman to run the country.
Gotcha.
And I would go as far as to say, as a lot of women, you said how women want to see themselves in power as opposed to another woman. I would go as far as to say, as a lot of women don't want to see themselves in power. They're okay with being, put in that box, that stereotype of a woman's place, I guess I should say. So I would go as far as to say that.
Well, I don't know that. I mean, I've been taking this divine femininity class. I've learned so much about femininity and even about the changes in for me, my thought is feminism killed femininity and changed womanhood, because as much as I agree that women can do the same jobs that men can do, we deserve the same pay if we're doing that same job. It took away a lot of things as far as the nature we have as women to take care of our family, because now we're so invested in the workplace, we don't have that level of time and care and concern for our children, because we're so busy in the workplace proving that we deserve this. Women work longer in the office than men work at that same job. Think about that.
Right. So I was listening to the statistics on the radio, Trinace. To your point, they're saying that women make 81 cents to every dollar that a man makes. So if a man is making $100,000 in the job, then the woman is only making $81,000 to do the same exact job.
But that's the white woman. That's not the black woman, because the black woman is making even less than her, and she is working harder than everybody.
I know, but we weren't saying black or white.
Right.
And you are correct, though. The black woman the percentage is even less than that of the white woman. But even in education, as a black female, we're paying more to be educated than a white female. Did you know that?
Yeah, I can see. I don't know what I was watching Amend on Netflix, in the Will Smith thing. Did you see it? So I think it's like a couple of episodes, and it was talking about how the 14th Amendment, was created based on the Emancipation Proclamation, and giving Black people, people of color, African American people, whatever you choose to label yourself, people of color, it gives them give them rights to basically be human, and that's what that was supposed to start. So the 14th Amendment has taken shape for so many things and caused other things for so many people. But for me, I saw it as leaving people of color behind, because women's rights, the women's rights movement, they gained a lot of rights based on the 14th Amendment. Gay and lesbian, the LGBT, whatever, the alphabet, because I know I'm going to mess it up.
LGBTQIA.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I mean, I just don't. So they've gained so many rights based off of the 14th Amendment. And here we are, we're still kind of fighting for the rights of.
You keep freezing, Trinace.
Do I? Oh boy.
Okay, go ahead now.
Okay, so everybody else has gained a lot of rights. That the 14th Amendment was created originally for people of color.
Okay.
And within that communication, it was better actually than I expected it to be. But what it talks about is how when the women's rights movement forced women to be presented with the same opportunities as men, and become police officers and be in office spaces, how it worked out was the people we're going to hire a Black man and we're going to hire a white woman. And because we've maintained the status quo, we're not going to hire the Black woman, because we got our the Black man, we got our woman. Okay. So this is probably what led to Black women believing that we had to have more education, because we had to have a way in because of.
You keep freezing.
Really?
Rhonda, you're muted, Rhonda.
I'm sorry. I said we couldn't hear the last thing she said because it froze.
Oh, dog.
I'm sorry, but go ahead with your thought.
Oh, so I was saying that
Black women have to have more education, because
we have to have more education, because we have to be able to get our foot in the door, because they already got their Black status quo with having the man, but then they have their female status quo with having the Caucasian woman. So for us, that led to us educating ourselves more to be able to get in the door.
Gotcha.
Which leads to more debt for the Black woman.
Exactly. So not only are we behind, but we are trying to catch up, puts us behind financially, because then we are in more debt than the Caucasian woman as well.
So Women's History Month, when I continue to read on it, there's some documentation that were put in place, and this is supposed to be this is to celebrate all of the strides that women have made in in business, in science, just all over. And because this is in the United States, I'm just guessing it's based on beginning with the women's movement, because that wasn't even actually ratified until like 1990, I think.
Okay.
Because there were only 30 some odds. I think they needed something like 38 odd states to get to make the decision about the women's rights. But they made only 32 when it came down to the vote. Only 32 agreed to that. I think it was something like 32, because there was a woman, Caucasian woman, who felt like she was speaking against it because she felt that this is going to change who we are as women. We want to work. We want to stay at home. We want the man to pay the bills. Her whole argument was it was gonna change. It was gonna force her in her mind to have to get out and get a job.
Well, and in some instances, that's exactly what happened.
Well, that kind of depends. A couple of weeks ago, when I posted in one of my groups that in Change Womanhood, how I see it as a woman of color differs than how a woman of a different ethnicity would see it, because they don't have the same struggle that we have.
Right. That's why I was saying in some cases, right.
And the person that commented back and forth with me was a Caucasian woman who, for me, acted as if I don't understand what the women's right movement is about, and I definitely understood what it was for, what it was about. But what it meant for you was different than what it meant for us. It meant that you could get a job and you were able to be paid more money, but your children didn't suffer like our children suffered. It meant that, and I mean, people may or may not agree to that, but it meant that women of color became gold diggers because we wanted the same stability and security other women of other ethnicities had.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm just content with being a hybrid of that, because I definitely believe, because I receive a lot of the benefit of the women's rights movement. But then there were but then there are things that my children lost because I was out here working to take care of them. When I think about, had I been different, maybe I'd have made different choices with my mate. Maybe I wouldn't have worked so hard in jobs to make money to take care of kids, because I would not maybe have been single. I maybe would not have been raising my kids alone. I maybe would have had more time to invest, or have the energy to invest in more things for my children, versus us just going to the movies when I have some time off, buying them video games, because although they remember that, there are other pieces of things that children should know besides making money and having stuff. Now that's, my thought.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how you have a lot of time to invest in your children, and it would definitely be different. You would see your children react differently if you were away from home, and you didn't have the amount of time that you have to invest in them right now.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference now with me working from home as opposed to me working outside of the home, because even when Maya was little, we spent a lot of time in daycare or at school.
Mm-hmm.
But even though I'd be dog tired or whatever, I would make sure that we had time to do stuff over the weekends, or I'd take days off whenever the daycare was closed, or when school was out or whatever. And we would go, to up to Asheboro, to, different places, or do different shows or whatever. But that was just, I mean, not to knock it or whatever. That was the time that we spent together.
Right.
Now I have time to actually focus on, okay, what kind of homework you got going on. If she has a basketball game, I can actually be off from work instead of taking off from work to go and see a basketball game or whatever. So it's definitely a difference between whenever I was working for the library as opposed to like outside of the home as opposed to working inside of the home now. So, or even when I was working part-time at
Sure,
the
you notice it even
you frozen again.
when you're at home with Aiden, and you have more time to invest in Aiden now than you did in Maya before.
Right. You froze.
Oh, you were the one that was frozen.
Oh, I could see Kim, but I couldn't see Trinae. Well, I could see her, but it looks like she was just.
I
Yeah.
was just.
But
So I was saying what I was saying is, you know, in age, and now you have more in time to kind of invest in Aiden because you're working from home. You have a little bit more flexibility now. It's different when you think about how it was when Maya was Aiden's age, and Aiden is this age right now. Do you think that there's a difference in how you're able to connect with him than you were with Maya at the same age?
definitely, because I'm not coming home late at night trying to make a meal or whatever. I'm can make my meal throughout the day or whatever, and then go pick him up and then have time for him. Whenever I was picking up Maya from school, I'm fixing dinner and then trying to squeeze in that a little bit of time with her in the afternoons or the evenings because she's doing her gymnastics after or whatever. And then we're coming home trying to get a meal in before bedtime. Bedtime routine, and in the bed before it's too late to have to start doing it all over again.
Right. So, I mean, for me, that's my thought of the feminist movement. That's my thought of it. I just feel like, although we've gained great strides being a part of, gained so much from the women's movement, sometimes our children have suffered because, we're away from the home. We're making money. Yeah, no doubt about that. But, you're not making what you're worth. I'm not making what I'm worth because we're women of color and we have education.
Yeah, I think that's why women of color are starting their own businesses in record numbers.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
so they could make their worth, get paid their worth or price things of worth for them to make it worth.
Absolutely, absolutely. Even though, still again, we are the smallest group to be funded by banks or venture capitalists or whatnot. So even with that being said, we still have are being forced to be creative when it comes to funding our businesses, but we're doing it. We are doing it.
And you see, Biden, he extended the PPP money but people had to apply for that money for those small businesses or whatever. I think by the close of business today or
I think it was the 10th, yeah. By the 10th.
okay, so that's tomorrow.
Mhm.
So, but he's focusing on people of minorities to get that money. So I thought that was.
Well, I mean, that's no guarantee because I applied and got denied just that quickly.
My uncle did too. I didn't even try to apply again because it was so frustrating to me the first time. I didn't even try it again this time around. And
But I think it was focused on people who have a certain amount of people that work for them.
hmm that's what I'm saying. Like my uncle has 4 people who work for him, and he said that he got through the application, and one part asked him to go back. I don't know if it was 2019 or 2018. I don't remember. Or whichever year it wasn't a year that he was actually physically in business. You know what I'm saying? As a business, you know what I mean? He's been doing his trade for years now, but not actually as a business. You see what I mean?
Right.
So they kicked him out and told him he didn't qualify.
So I want to say, and don't quote me on it, but I think they had to have at least 20 employees working for them.
Yeah, now he doesn't have that many.
Yeah. I'm gonna search it. Since I'm right here on the computer.
Did you find it? Whatever you were searching.
No, this is not what I'm looking for.
So while you're looking for that, I looked up International Women's Day. So it says International Women's Day is celebrated on March 8th every year around the world. It is a focal point in the movement for women's rights, and the United Nations began celebrating the day in 1977. So 1977 was kind of the year that when the women's right movement actually kind of started in the 1970s. The International Women's Day grew out of efforts. So it started off as a day too, in efforts in the early 20th century to promote women's rights, especially suffrage. The Socialist Party of America in 1909 held the first National Women's Day. So everything seems to start as a day.
And then grow. Mm-hmm.
Right. The concept of Women's Day caught on in Europe on March 19th of 1911. The first International Women's Day was held, drawing more than 1 million people to rally worldwide. Women earn 23% less than men globally. Women occupy only 24% of parliamentary seats worldwide, and 1 in 3 is experience physical and sexual violence. Today, not one country can claim to have achieved gender equality. Multiple obstacles remain unchanged in law and in culture. There is a significant threat of rollbacks on hard-won feminist gains. Hi, Stace.
Hey, girl, I know better late than never. That's what I thought. I thought better late than never. Don't go out. Can you bring me? Oh, hold on.
And there are colors. Purple, green, and white are the colors of the International Women's Day. Purple signifies justice and dignity. Green symbolizes hope, and white represents purity. An ambivalent conversational concept. So we have Women's History Month here in the United States and International Women's Day. So I guess they are kind of the same. On a nationwide and worldwide stage. The difference, well, they represent the same thing, except for the history part denotes that the strides that women in this country have made in history. Okay, so Rhonda is disappeared from us again. So with this, first of all, with this entire month, and then the day that just passed, what does Women's History Month mean for you as an individual?
I never really thought about it, to be honest.
So I can tell you that I've never been one to really embrace the months when it comes to things, right?
We had talked about that. The United States got more creative months than
Yeah. I'm like, Women's Day is every day, right? And I'll just leave that there, because sometimes we can be a bit snobby about these types of topics when it comes to packing in my world as a woman in 1 month or 1 day. But neither here nor there. When I celebrated it yesterday, for me it was more about just celebrating us being courageous and being brave and just keeping it moving. There's so many things to celebrate us for. And for me, it was more just keep journeying, just keep being brave, just keep being strong, because at the end of the day, what we bring to the table as women is really important. So I celebrated bravery and strength yesterday. That's all I got. But for me, Women's Day is every stinking day of my life.
I heard that,
I
Stacey.
mean, you don't have any other choice. I mean,
You
just
got
our
that
life.
right. Right.
I think I'm kind of like Kim. I don't know if I ever really put it into perspective, right? But I guess if you really think about it, what to Trinace's point earlier, we've come from being women who stayed at home. We did the housework. Not that some women still don't, and there's nothing wrong with it, and take care of the kids, to growing into a society who has now accepted us as we are women CEOs. We've been women astronauts, right? So we have definitely grown. We have definitely I guess grew through history to be more than just, if that makes sense, right? And of course, now in 2020, we have our first woman VP, right? Which is astounding. So I think we're still breaking down barriers. And to Stacey's point, yes, Women's Day is every day, because every day we are out here doing it. You on mute, Stacey.
she.
That's because I'm eating my Klondike bar. But yeah, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
So yesterday, I actually felt some type of emotion about International Women's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Every year it comes and it's like, and yesterday I felt so like I wanted to celebrate every woman that I know yesterday. And we see it all the time on social media. But yesterday, I really felt a way about celebrating women, because I know so many great women doing some really great shit. And I just felt like, man, I was putting some people on hold. I was dancing.
That's good.
So yesterday, I just felt very excited for the first time. And this holiday has been around since, what I say, 1987? 1987?
You said 1977, I think.
No, 77 was Women's International Women's Day.
Okay.
But Women's History Month is different. So I just felt really excited about yesterday, and I just saw so many beautiful women saying Happy International Women's Day. And I just felt so happy and so proud. Not that I'm never proud of being a woman, because for me, I understand the woman is the giver of life. And without us, wouldn't be shit here.
For sure.
Um, so that was my excitement. Without us, I mean, what would it be?
A world with a blank canvas.
I mean, what would it be? Do I think that women can make some improvement? Yeah, I think that we compete too much. We don't relax and enjoy our moments enough. Um, we operate in the spirit of competition too much. Um, I think that we've lost. Well, not even lost. I think that we've stifled the femininity that God has given us as a trade-off to being a woman of the world. But we the shit. I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, we are the givers of life. Think about how many businesses have women, and now imagine removing those women from those spaces. Imagine that. How much work would be done? How would the work be done? Would the work be different? So that's where my thought was yesterday. I just saw so many women saying happy, but then the other thing was, do they know what they're saying this for, or is it just something you just saying?
Probably more of the latter.
Huh?
Probably more of the latter.
Yeah, Stacy talking about.
Jumping on the bandwagon because it has the word woman in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So I felt a kind of I felt a excitement yesterday. Felt a joy. I felt a pride yesterday, because my timeline was full of women who doing shit. I saw Stacy, I saw Rhonda, I saw Sheila, I saw I saw Carrie, but I don't know that she posted anything about international. But I just saw so many women, so many beautiful women in my timeline, and I was like, I don't know exactly what she doing. Good for her. I don't know exactly what she doing, but congratulations. And that's how I felt yesterday. And I want to be able. I would like for women. I know this is sappy, but I would like for women to feel that same way about other women every day, not just a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with that. I mean, some people just love a sisterhood, and and some people don't. And it's you're gonna find people that talk bad about another woman that they don't even know just because, right? Um, and
Mhm.
that person talks bad about a man too, actually. Right? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just those types of people are just going to be who they are. It's not, I'm just hating on this woman or these women. I hate on myself. So because I hate on myself, I hate on everybody else. So, you know, I guess I'm just so nonchalant about when people are doing that I just kind of give it back to them because I'm figuring it's a reflection or of their own selves. But yesterday was a beautiful day to see all of those things, and I love that we're celebrating the sisterhood and as women just across the globe. I absolutely love it. I love seeing it. And yes, some people probably just posted because it was something to post. And when I decided to celebrate it, I wanted to celebrate a reason with it, not just because it's Women's Day, but because we have to show up sometimes with such bravery and courage, even on days when you don't want to show up,
Yeah.
right? Even on days when you'd prefer to put your head under the pillow and just sleep, and you still got to get up as a woman and show up. So that's bravery and that's courage. And so if we can celebrate that every day, then every day is Women's Day.
A couple of weeks ago, I treated myself to a in-home manicure and pedicure. So the young lady, I found her on Facebook in one of my sisterhood groups, if you would say. And so we had a great conversation while she was here. And she told me about some fabulous things she was getting ready to do with her business. So being creative throughout the pandemic or whatever, right? So one day I was on TikTok, and you know how TikTok has those motivational sayings or talks or whatever. And so the one, it was saying something about, you don't give up, you don't quit, God has called you to do it. If God didn't tell you to stop, you don't stop, something like that or whatever, right? And for whatever reason, it made me think of her. So I sent it to her in her Facebook Messenger. And would you know, she said, she was like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because she was feeling down spirited because she found out that someone else had the same business idea that she had for her business. And so she was kind of thinking like, well, I might as well quit, or don't even know if I want to do it anymore. Right. And of course I said to her, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Whoever is doing the same thing as you keep doing what you are doing, because their business won't have your touch, your style, your
Okay.
specific idea, your specific gift, you know what I'm saying, whatever that may be. So you don't even worry about that, just press on, right? And so of course she's like, thank you for the encouragement or whatnot. So she reached out to the young lady who um has the same business idea that she has, to congratulate her. She said the young lady blocked her.
Hmm.
Mm.
Ain't that
He
sad?
already sees it as competition.
Yeah,
Right,
sure.
but there's competition everywhere. I'm an author. Trinace is an author.
Stacey, an author.
Okay, anytime I see an author's book, I reshare it to my page. I love authors, right? Anybody can be an author. I encourage you to write your story. You know what I mean? I just think it's a shame that we see each other as competition. How many hairstylists and beauty shops and barbershops do you see? How many freaking liquor stores and churches and whatever do
Not liquor stores.
Girl, the liquor
Liquor.
store. The liquor store. How many do you see? So competition is everywhere. I just don't. I wished we as women, to you and Stacey's point, would embrace each other more when we are faced with the same challenges or experiences. If that makes sense.
There's room for everybody. I
It
think
absolutely is.
it really is
At the
because
bottom and the top.
yeah, because I am not what I have to offer and what you have to offer, what I wrote about and what you wrote about is going to please a different set of coach, a different set of people.
Absolutely.
Right? And so there's room for everybody. There's just
Absolutely.
because what's for you is you,
Hmm.
and you put your own fingerprint on it. So you know, but those are just insecurities. Like I said, those are just insecurities. Can I just tell you, my Klondike bar was the best.
You could tell.
I'm so happy for you.
Well,
I had to block y'all out so that I could lick my fingers. I didn't want y'all to see when I did that.
Okay.
And to that point, not the ice cream point. Because the thing is, the wheel has been created. It's all about how you decorate that wheel.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Point. Absolute point. My lighting. Is my lighting okay?
Yeah, it's good.
Is
I moved
you.
because my husband came up, so I came out to the office because I was in my bedroom and he
you
came up.
coming back far.
That's well, I'm not married, but that's why I had to move too. Shoot.
Yep.
So at this point, we got a few more minutes left. What is everybody working on? Because we haven't talked about business in like a super long time. What is everybody working on?
Kim.
I'm working on nothing right now.
Okay.
I'm just
Chilling.
trying to maintain right now. I'm pretty focused on this bodybuilding right now. So I'm trying to get my mind straight. I got 15 weeks. I'm 15 weeks out, so
Get it. Well, I can't say specifically what I'm actively working on right now. I don't want to say that on the live. But I was actually offered another contract today. It would be a consulting contract to work with a company, not my company working with another company. Does that make sense? Yeah.
No.
So I haven't looked at all the details yet. I'm like, in the name of Jesus. So it would be a good opportunity. I don't know how much work it would be, like meaning like how much consulting I would actually have to do. But I've got to look into that, which I think that's a good thing. I was honored to be offered the opportunity. So we'll see.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And paparazzi is
Congratulations.
always paparazzi. I love that paparazzi. Can I tell y'all my frustration though, really quick?
Yeah.
I think you're gonna tell us anyway.
Oh my God. I told you the other day I was so pissed about my website. Remember? I got
Yes.
off the phone with you the other day because I needed
Yeah.
to have a conversation about my website. Well, that has not been handled yet. And I'm so frustrated about it. So for my paparazzi business, in case you did not know, what I did was I added DoorDash to my business, right? You know, in the spirit of COVID and all that stuff, for people who want to do um get their jewelry right away, they can order it from my website. DoorDash will come pick it up, deliver it to them same day. That means they don't have to wait for shipping, and the cost of it is going to be about the same amount of cost they would pay for shipping anyway. This guy that messed my website up. It's not functional the way I need it to be functional, and he don't have my DoorDash on there. Not happy. I have literally, and I'm not exaggerating, I think I have like 7 pages of inventory that I'm waiting to upload to my website. And I can't even do it because he ain't got it right. Pissed. Can you say pissed? So that's my frustration.
Yes.
Stacey, what you working on? Because I know you always working on something.
You know me. I'm actually helping a young lady to write, um, writing a book for her. Well, I'm not writing it for her, but I'm helping her out.
Awesome.
So that's been my biggest thing on my mind these days. And of course, continuing to bring in my hypnotherapy and my coaching clients. So I'm just always coaching. And anybody I can coach, that's it. Coaching, coaching, coaching. But that's about it. Nothing new. I'm trying to stay laser focused because sometimes we get thrown off because there are all these other things that could come our way. So
Yeah.
I'm just staying laser focused and just doing what I get up every day to do, which is coach and write.
Excellent. You gonna tell us what you're doing, Janae?
I am. Next Friday, I'm having a Zoom dinner party. And of course, everybody is invited. Um, that's very exciting because what nobody knew or what I never shared with anybody is this is going to be the pre-launch of my new book, Lady in Waiting.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then 30 days, and then 90 days after that, the book will be in edit. But in that window of opportunity, the 19th and that 90 days, the book will be in pre-sale.
That's good. You know what? I have back to paparazzi. I have a necklace called the Lady in Waiting. I'm not joking.
Really?
I
What
do.
does that look like?
I have to show it to you. It's a pearl set. It's a multicolored pearl set.
Well, let me share the link to my event.
That sounds fun. Lady in Waiting necklace.
Yep.
Yeah, so I decided last weekend because I'm an introvert. I don't know that, well, you all don't know that because, I talk to you all the time. But I don't really like going places by myself and I don't know anybody. I don't really like that because that means I have to put an extra movement into talking to people that I don't know. And I'm just not built like that.
Got you.
So what I did was I created bestie seats. So you want to be at the Zoom dinner party, but you don't know anybody. Buy a ticket for you and your girl. $40 for the both of you. And everybody gets a gift. Well, actually everybody is getting 2 gifts. One from me and one from Rhonda.
Yes.
So I just wanted to put that out there. I mean, this is my thing. I don't like to, be sharing my stuff like that, but I just wanted to give everybody the opportunity to get dressed up because I'm getting dressed up.
I ordered this jumpsuit. I think I told you that, Trinace. I have not tried it on yet.
You said last week you was trying it on, but
girl, I ain't tried it on yet. It's still looking at me. It's still in the bag. I'm gonna try it on. Cause that's what I'm planning to wear for the dinner party.
Yeah. So something that I ordered, it's on its way, and I'm excited because we have 6 great sponsors. We have TME Enterprises. We have Stacy Henry Carr LLC. We have Sacred. We have Sacred Spaces Yoga, Charm Candy. Who else? Grills and Granola, Just Like Candy. And I know I'm forgetting somebody else. Maybe I'm not.
I don't have a list in front of me.
Okay, so TME Enterprises,
Yes.
Stacey Henry Carr LLC, Sacred Spaces Yoga, Grills and Granola, Just Like Candy, and Charm Candy. I did have all 6.
Okay.
Okay, I was just thinking that I needed one more, but that one more was the Bar Queen. She's created us some special sophisticated lady cocktails.
I cannot wait for that. Now,
Me
that's
either.
what I'm waiting on.
Me too. I talked to her yesterday. She was like really excited.
Good, 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 good.
So I believe in flexing my creative muscle, and that was a creative idea because we have been stuck in the house for almost a year because I've just started seeing memories coming up of my coronavirus posts,
Mm.
and they were funny when I was posting them, but they're not so funny now because I've been in the house with no concerts all year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, the past 2 days, my memories of me going being at a concert on a Monday night after work came up.
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
think I'm probably one of the other only people who will go to a concert on a Monday night knowing I got to get up and go to work. Oh,
Hey,
Listen,
gotta live. Gotta live.
I am a concert junkie. I
Okay.
have a list of people that I've seen over the years, and that's one of the biggest things that I miss. Concerts and theater. Like I'm a Broadway, so I go from one
Mhm.
extreme to the next. Love Broadway, love any type of Broadway plays. Um, I'm one that will go see Annie on Broadway over and over and over again. I also love to see stuff like Disney on Broadway, and
Okay.
even I'm just a Broadway person. I'll go to a play in a heartbeat, and
Okay.
then a concert. Oh my goodness, you just name it, I'm there. And so I miss those two things. I do. I miss those two things. Outside of traveling, I miss concerts and Broadway shows.
yeah. I last year this time I saw one tickets to see Rhapsody, and that was a good show. Um, I mean, she definitely not a commercial rapper, but lyrically she's gifted. Her and a young lady out of I think DC, Saw Rock, she was good. So everybody knows I'm an R&B person, but when it comes to rap, like real hip hop, you
Mhm.
gotta be like super lyrical for me to enjoy you. And it was really good. And when that memory came up, I was like, man, I remember outside.
Okay. You know, I am. This has nothing to do with what you all are talking about. But on a side note, I just wanted to say that I am rereading The Purpose Driven Life.
I got that book.
I'm rereading it. I just started
That's
yesterday.
awesome. It's so good to reread these books sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
One of the books that I'll share, The Alchemist, if you've never read that book,
I keep
um,
saying that I want to read it.
the Alchemist is that's one of my favorites that I could reread and reread and reread again. And a book called Daring Greatly by Brem Brown really helps with understanding and being vulnerable. That was a game changer for me. But you just can read them over and over and over again. So that's cool that you're reading that one,
Mm-hmm.
rereading that.
You know, and I don't mean to make the mood go down, but we've had so much happen in here in St. Louis, violence in a short period of time, like over the weekend, and it's just like what is happening, what is seriously happening, right? I have a girlfriend who I grew up with in Kinlock, and we don't see each other all the time. I don't see her often at all. But when we do see each other, it's always a happy thing. I'm glad to see her. I love her. You know what I mean? She has lost her brother, her son, her daughter, and has had to take her grandchild off life support. Either they're doing it today or tomorrow, all within a 6 months period, right? And she's been so heavy on my heart. I haven't had a chance to see her yet, but she's been so heavy on my heart. And I came across that book in the closet, and I got that book out. I said I need to reread this book. With so much going on with COVID, so much loss happening, and then just with her being so heavy on my heart, And they say you're not supposed to question God, honey. I had to question him. And then I had to pray because I just like, it's a lot. I just think it's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. That's a lot. A loss after loss after loss, and it's only been 6 months.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I hope.
Yay,
you-
Kim.
Yes, congratulations, Kimby.
I was muted. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Right. I like that. Go for it.
So, on this 9th day of March, the 9th day of Women's History.
She
Is
froze
she
again.
gone? She frozen?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just zoomed
Wait,
out
You were frozen.
of 2021.
You were frozen. We didn't hear that.
I said we day 9 into the month of March. Day 61 of the year. We still have something like 300 some odd days to go. There have been triumphs. We have a new president and vice president in office. We had the country was embarrassed due to them shenanigans. The first
The
part
country
of
was embarrassed 4 years ago. not just on June the 6th. July
and
6th.
all the way up. And
You need to go back to 2016. We were embarrassed then.
all
and now here we are preparing for to go hard and make some things happen in our individual lives, in our business lives, and in the community, and for the world. So, thank you all for joining me. I just thought it was so important to talk about Women's History Month and International Women's Day, because without us, the world would have no flavor. Men would be wearing their underwear inside out.
Now that's funny.
If you took women out of the workspace, the workplace would be different. So I just think it's important for us to reflect on that and celebrate who we are, where we are, where we can be going, and introspectively think about how we can make improvements in our own lives, in our own households, in our own communities, and in the world.
Okay.
I love it because it starts with us. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna end like I always do. I love you. Be authentic, and thank you for letting me help you be great.
See you at the top.
And here's my
Bye.
new saying.
Huh?
And I said, and here's my new saying. I ain't never really gone.
Now that's funny.
All right.
Y'all are funny.
Like that.
Good night.
Good night.